Okay, Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. And excuse me, Meghan, you're insufferable, even in trying to be empathetic. Um, were you surprised by the guilty verdict for Derek Chauvin? And you say no, absolutely not. You saw the video, and anyone with a brain cell would have known he was guilty. You clearly have not been paying attention at all. We had video from Rodney King. We had video from Eric Garner. Those didn't go the right way. And I'm surprised you didn't talk about you love to talk about all of your friends in law enforcement and what their reaction was. Because unless they're absolutely applauding this verdict, they're complicit with the whole systemic problem with the police force. And, uh, you know, and yeah, silence does equal complicity in this particular instance. So anyway, we you sit very comfortably in your lily white tower with every confidence that the jury will convict. And I must admit that I think that you might be the only person on the planet who was that confident, because the rest of us have all been paying attention and know that this was not a slam dunk, um, uh, sure bet, because how difficult it is to convict a police officer. Not that that's right. It's abhorrent that we aren't able to get justice when um, uh, a member of law enforcement breaks the law blatantly and takes the life of someone needlessly, not by accident, purposefully, forcefully murders someone while in a uniform. So, and there's a lot of things that came together for this to actually happen. One, there was video. It was clear, uninterrupted video with audio on the ground as it was happening. Not, fuzzy footage from in the dark, from a body cam running that's blurry, not something from the air where you can't hear what's happening, not shaking, not and completely uninterrupted, no break. You saw those full 9 minutes and 29 seconds. So we had that. We also had, for the first time that I can recall, in a situation like this, cops that were willing to say, nope, what he did was wrong. Cops in his own department. And the other thing we had is the hugest public outcry in a generation. That's what it took to get one right, one conviction. And you sit there and say, you were confident, and this is now a sea change. This is not a sea change. This is one conviction of thousands. And there are so many more to go. And here's the problem, that we don't still have any kind of justice and policing reform. This should spur, and I don't know what the fuck Chuck Schumer is waiting for, this should spur Congress into passing the George Floyd Justice and Policing bill that Vice President Harris co-wrote. But it hasn't passed. We don't have anything. And here's what's going to happen now. This isn't a sea change, because the goalposts are going to change, right? They're going to move. We've had this one win. So now that's the precedent for exactly how much needs to happen for the next one to happen. It's going to take that much work again. And I swear to God, watch the GOP start to try to introduce legislation that makes it illegal to videotape a police officer on duty. Watch. They are going to try to make this harder. So you can sit there and think, oh, got it, knew it would happen, we're all good now. But that's not the way this country works. So it was nice to see you at the end of the program say you would like to see your colleagues and people on the right not politicize the process. Although you did say you had feelings about Nancy Pelosi and Greg Gutman, but you didn't want to talk about them, though you probably should, because Greg Gutman is a fucking asshole. And if you aren't going to be on board with that, well, I guess we'd have words, but we have words every day. You say some and I say some. We just don't ever have them together. Anyway, yeah, I think that today, in your responses, I know you were working towards empathy and trying to highlight the family, but your responses and everything else just showed your white privilege just blaring right out. So another instance of even when you try to do good, you fail.